User joined your channel.
All right, you got me for the night.
User was moved to your channel.
Sam Cooper Bennett.
The RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League is on the air. RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals, proudly brings to you race number 13 of the IR05 season, live from the Kansas Motor Speedway. This broadcast also being brought to you by TDA Motorsports. TDA Motorsports, proudly sponsored by the Disabled American Veterans Association. DAV, an all-volunteer fleet of non-critical medical transport for America's veterans. On how more information on how you can get involved, please go to dav.org. This broadcast also being brought to you by David Llewellyn and the DHL Express, Mr. Hoot Baker, Robert Lacavara and Convergent Composites, with promotional consideration paid for by Motorsports Graphic Designs. For all your in-sim graphical needs, you got something going through your mind, you want to see it on your race car? Motorsports Graphic Designs. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight, joined by Mr. Hoot Baker and Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett. Gentlemen, it's been a while.
It certainly has, and it's what a track to come back to. I mean, Kansas. I mean,
one of the best races last season, hands down.
Well, yeah, everybody still remembers that historic win that Joe Morganti got last season, and all the emotion that came with it. And let's hope we can have the same again tonight.
Absolutely. So, my normal broadcast partner, Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, coming back from a little bit of a hiatus, and joining us, the gentleman who we're getting more familiar with having in the booth with us, Mr. Hoot Baker. Hoot, how the hell are you?
Doing great. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we did a broadcast last Sunday, and I actually was down on the track there for, I don't know, the past 45 minutes turning laps, and I got to say the setup is pretty nice. Everybody was running, if I recall, about 25 2s to 25 8s, so pretty competitive.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at timing and scoring right now, and let's go ahead and bring that up on the screen so that everybody can see what the hell I'm talking about. The top 13 separated by 1/10 of a second. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean,
draft or no draft, that's, you have 13 cars within striking distance of each other.
And that's the amazing thing about Kansas. I mean, we've always had this close pack kind of racing, so we're going to have pack racing tonight. It's pretty obvious from previous races here. It's just basically who can come out on top and who can actually claim the win tonight.
Which is strange, considering that this is a 1.5 miles, but unlike a lot of other 1.5 miles, this isn't a cookie-cutter track. Far from it. This track
is a lot lower than it is.
Well, this track actually races a lot bigger than it is.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
You're going to see 2 and 3 wide, 2 and 3 grooves starting to form usually. Just getting word from one of your fellow countrymen in the live stream chat. Dom, thanks for watching. Welcome aboard. Want to say shout out to Miss Betty Lou from Minnesota. Thank you for watching. And for the second broadcast in a row, I have some more bad news coming from the family of John Napier. Just the other day, they lost John's uncle. Just over a week after they lost his mom. So, thoughts and prayers continue to go out to the entire Napier clan. I again, folks, if you need anything, please let me know.
Yeah, same here as well. I know me and John have not exactly seen eye to eye lately, but my thoughts and prayers definitely go out to that family. I mean, despite all the bad blood between us, I still consider him as a friend, you know. And yeah, I feel really bad for John, and I just hope that they're all okay. And my thoughts go out to them.
Yeah, it's I hate having to start broadcasts like this. I really do.
Well, yeah, and it's and it's never a good time around Christmas for things like that to happen.
Yeah, Tony, if you need to take a minute, we can handle it.
I'm okay. But I do thank you both for joining me in the booth tonight because I haven't been able to keep solid foods down for about 4 days now.
Yeah, and as we discussed earlier, that's one of the reasons I came up in here, and and I'm not in a race also, but figured you might need some help up here chatting along a little bit, and it's a very long race, and like I said, I'm not in the running anyway, so happy to be in the booth.
Well, I'm sitting at my desk. I have 2 pairs of socks on, sweatpants, a sweatshirt. I'm inside of a sleeping bag, and I have a comforter wrapped around me.
What, do you have the flu, or?
I don't know, but I can't get warm, and the thermostat doesn't go any higher.
Yeah, but you know what? Just like I told him earlier, Sam, it's good that he has symptoms like that because that definitely points toward a bug, and bugs wear off and they're fixable.
I just wish this fever would break because I've had it since Saturday.
Speaking of fixable bugs, how are you guys finding the new build?
I find the rallycross cars highly enjoyable. The midget, excuse me, is going to take a little bit of getting used to. It kind of, how should I put this and not sound like a dick? It's basically a non-wing 410 sprint car on nitromethane.
I thought you were going to say on crack.
No, on nitromethane. That's about the only way I can describe the power to weight ratio that you're getting in one of those. And I crewed on a midget back in the summer of 06. I crewed for a young man out of the Phoenix area. And I had respect for everybody that drove midgets and sprint cars before this. But never having actually strapped into a midget myself, I have even more respect for anybody that can handle one of those that in a professional fashion, because the slightest little miscalculation on the throttle and you're going into a death wheelie. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and Google what a dirt midget car looks like, and then look at the rear bumper. There's a little bar that hangs down about 3 inches at the tail end of the bumper. And you hike the front wheels too far, and that thing's going to dig in, and you're just going to start pirouetting on it. And the first time you do it, you don't realize what you're doing until it's way too late to back out of it. Next thing you know, you're... Well, Doc, the last thing I remember was Dirt Sky ambulance. So.
The same can be said for the rallycross cars as well, because they are a handful to drive.
They're a handful, but with the all-wheel drive, they're at least marginally less... again, trying to choose words carefully... they're less psychotic to try to maneuver.
Yeah. I mean, I've been finding it hilarious, everybody panicking because they can't map a handbrake button or anything else for their cars. And it's like, it's easy. Just use a different pedal. Use your clutch pedal or something like that and put it on auto clutch while you're doing rallycross. Well, it's not that hard.
And that is exactly what I've done. I've only practiced with them probably about 2-3 days, and I haven't done the midgets yet, but yeah, the rallies are definitely fun. And that's just a vehicle that people are going to have to get used to. It's like somebody said in one of the videos. It's point and shoot.
Well, here's my thoughts on that. It's no different than when they started making us take tear-offs in open cockpit cars. You had to map a button for that.
Yeah.
And when dirt came out, by the end of the first pace lap, your windshield or your windscreen on your helmet was covered in schmutz. So you had to get used to hitting that button every once in a while. It's no different.
And you are also probably going to run into a lot of people who are not going to be able to set that emergency brake right, and they're just going to give up on it.
Well, yeah, because there are, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there's different ratios to how violently the handbrake works. And if you set it too much, you're going to go into a death spiral. If you don't set it hard enough, it's not going to do anything. But let's get back to the task at hand with qualifying underway. Tyler Vickery popping off a lap, 25.671 going to the top of the leaderboard. Jay Anderson 0.3 back. Mike Erder now 0.3 back.
How has he popped a time like that? That is a huge time. I mean, he's a full 0.3 of a second faster than second place. Oh, Tyler Graff going in there now.
Yep. So there you go. It can be done. It just and Alex Green, within striking distance as well. So
yeah, just shocked me a bit. Tyler Vickery putting that time in ahead of everybody else, but
well, the young man is hungry, and he's been talking in the team speak chat or the team chat for Phenomenal Evolution, for the last couple of weeks that he is hungry and he's looking to have that breakthrough win in his rookie season, and if the hot laps are any indication, he's got a shot at it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's been close several times this season, so maybe tonight might be the night.
Although, take a look at who's sitting top of the leaderboard currently. A real shocker there for those of you who don't get sarcasm. Chris the Punisher Parkman, 25.491. The first one into the fours on a solo. So, definitely something to keep an eye on there. Dylan Luke is currently sitting second quick, 29 thousandths back. Just 2 thousandths to the good over third place. Mike Whitaker, defending DW12 Series champion. Chris Bouchard, Jay Anderson rounding out your top 10. Then you got Mike Erder, Nate Dean, defending IR05 Series champion Tyler Graff sitting in 8th. I'm sorry, he just got bumped to 9th as Ray Zerkit goes third quick now.
I'm noticing that one certain team is missing tonight.
No. They've got 2 drivers in the top 10 already, and the third one is currently sitting 13th quick.
No, I'm referring to Turn 3 Racing. They're not here tonight. Isaiah Dupree's not here, neither is...
Are they?
They're not here.
Holy crap, you're right. Wow, that's kind of a shocker.
Yeah, I mean, Isaiah's in the running for a championship. I'm really shocked that he's not here tonight.
Well, Isaiah's in the running for a championship, but he already does have a win on the season, so he doesn't really need to be here because he's got enough races to qualify from there. But
yeah, true.
And as far as the rest of the team goes, if I'm not mistaken, I believe one of his compatriots on that team is going to be heading to Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
To run the mini sprint and the I forget what they call it, but it's the mini and micro sprint version of the Chili Bowl, and then he's supposed to be running the Chili Bowl, I believe. Either he or his father are going to be running the Chili Bowl.
I assume you're referring to Mr. Jake Gordon.
I am referring to the one and only Mr. Jake Gordon. Last I knew, that's what they were talking about doing, so he's probably on his way to Oklahoma now to get some practice in. So
as we go to the race meeting.
Sure we do.
Clock runs down. 2 races left after this one to make the chase. A lot of guys in here, what's exciting, are still very much in the running or need a win. Of course, you got guys, of course, wanting to play spoiler for that. So it's going to be a fun time. Unfortunately, no race control tonight. This is going to be my last race of the season, probably running. If Jason and Brandon don't get their stuff fixed, then I'll step into race control for the remainder of the series, both series. I'm so far out of the chase anyway. It's not that big a deal. Just thank you guys for being here. As always, thank Tony for all he does. Thank you, Bill Roberts, for your continued support. Call your pits out of 2, pit on the apron. Leader controls the start. You guys know the rule. This late in the season should be a fun time.
Thanks, Alex.
Cody Eldred with the blazing lap.
For those of you who don't know what Alex just made reference to,
How do you even do that?
I dare say that is a new record for slowest lap ever in qualifying. Cody Eldred, the last car to take time at a 4-minute, 26.593 second lap.
Yeah.
They actually need to check if Cody was actually in the car or whether he just actually walked around the track.
I'm thinking there is a possibility that Cody may have let someone else drive the car for that lap, and by someone else I mean the pet iguana that he and his girlfriend have. I'm thinking the iguana was working the pedals on that one.
I'm going to assume that he put his car on pit road, but decided not to go in the end. That's probably why he got that lap time.
No, you actually have to leave pit road to get the time.
I wonder if he wrecked while he was on his out lap then.
I don't know. That's definitely something that we're going to take a look at later. But yeah, race number 13, and as Alex said, that there's it's going to be interesting. It's all coming down to the wire. Only a handful of races left, and let the games begin. The haves and have-nots are definitely starting to show, and desperate times are starting to call for desperate measures. So expect to see some guys possibly driving over their heads tonight.
Yeah, I was going to ask Tony. I was way there for a couple minutes. Have you actually run down what's at stake here tonight with 2 races left?
Well, there's only a handful of spots left in the chase. And unfortunately, the point standings aren't coming up for me. But I do know that there are quite a few on the outside looking in. And I do want to go on the record as saying that thank you to the competition committee for not choosing to do the combined roval for this one, because this is the track that kind of looks like a wang. So good on you for choosing to do the oval and not the roval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this one got the?
This is the infield section. It's very phallic.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that.
Yeah, this is the infield road course section that is highly phallic. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, just Google the Kansas Speedway and find the road course map. And if that doesn't look phallic to you, go to your local convent and sign up to be a nun.
And also, if you don't know what phallic means, then you probably should not be watching our broadcast.
True story. Although we are trying to keep it, PG-13-ish.
That's why we chose the word phallic and nothing else.
All right, so it's that magic time to grid them. So big shocker, Chris the Punisher Parkman going quick time. He's joined on the front row with Dylan Lucas. Row 2 is going to see Ray Zerkett and Mike Whitaker, Gary Bauer, and Chris Bouchard are going to make up row number 3, with row 4 going to Jay Anderson and Kevin Paskowicz. Row 5 is going to see Mike Erder and Nate Dean, with Ronnie Osmer and Tyler Graff making up row 6. Bill Roberts and Tony Rice are going to be in row 7, with row 8 going to Tyler Vickery and Johnny Antonucci. Row 9 is going to see Alex Green and Cody Eldred, Cody being the last car to take time. And then myself, Sam Hoot up in the booth, and I'm not sure if Quentin is still in session or not. So
He is not. He hasn't joined the session.
well done.
Now, I did have a chance to turn some laps around there, several laps with Chris Parkman, Dylan Lucas, not Mike Whitaker, KP, Mike Erder, and Nate Dean up there in the front. And I can tell you they're loving the car, and they were definitely all solid and playing very well with each other up there.
Well, there's a reason why, you have some of the winningest drivers in ISL history, up towards the front of the field. Parkman knows how to handle this car in traffic quite well. Dylan Lucas has really started to come into his own as of late. Ray Zirkett is only a part-time driver in the league. I can pretty much guarantee you that if he decided to go full tilt boogie and really go after it, he would be in contention for the championship season in and season out. Mike Whitaker, defending DW12 Series champion, made the IR05 chase last season. Gary Bauer, the one exception, Gary is the fastest driver in ISL history who still does not have a win in the series.
It's like the Chris Amon of the ISL.
Okay, so for those of our listeners who aren't familiar with UK motorsports, go ahead and explain that one to them, Sam.
Chris Amon is he's from New Zealand. He's probably the most unluckiest driver in Formula One history. He has led a lot of laps. He's been on podiums many times, but has never won a race in the whole history of his career. He is literally dubbed the unluckiest driver in Formula One history.
So you're saying Danica Patrick has Chris Amon luck?
Pretty much.
Gary is a little bit different, though. Gary's the type of driver who it's either bring me the trophy or bring me the steering wheel.
It's usually the steering wheel.
And unfortunately, yes. And sometimes through no fault of his own. He's been taken out as many times as he's had an oops, and pace car is in, Parkman in control of the field. Here we go.
Green, green, green.
140, and there it goes.
Yellow flag is out.
Well then, that didn't
Chris
take
Bouchard.
long at all. Well, no, that was Dylan Lucas there. Let's, wow, that didn't take long at all. Bouchard just didn't go.
Looks like
I'm sorry,
Lucas
Lucas just didn't go, and Whitaker heard green and went to go roll into it and he's having all sorts of fun trying to limp that car back to the pits.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it shakes out. I was going to say, being 3 of us on here, I was going to concentrate on the back of the pack a little bit, but, well, that didn't take long to even. Everybody was concentrated in the same place there.
Yeah,
well,
Bouchard catching a piece of it, so, I mean, you got to feel bad for Chris, because that car is crabbing badly.
I'm surprised the inside line didn't stack up as well, because Ray Zirkett didn't go on the inside either. And nearly got run over by Gary Bauer.
Well, here's the thing. I'm also going to go on board, because KP's wife put a GoPro in his helmet for me. Thanks, Karen. So we're going to see what KP saw. That's Bouchard directly in front of him, so this ought to be really good. Yeah. Firestone to the face. So.
That's the last thing you need at the start of a race.
Yeah, I know, right? And that was just...
And I'll tell you, somebody that's probably already breathing heavy is Alex, who, you know, missed most of it and dove low, but he's got to be thinking already. Already?
Some poo probably came out, I'm thinking.
More than likely.
Safe bet.
So, do we have any takers on pit road?
Oh, yeah. No, we've definitely... looks like Dylan Lucas going pit side. Bouchard has to go pit side. I dare say you're going to see KP's probably going to have to take it pit side, solely because, yep, there's KP going pit side right now. So,
and Cody's also
Bouchard.
coming in.
And Bouchard.
Whitaker going pit side as well. Tyler Vickery going pit side. Cody Eldred going pit side. Bouchard having to go pit side because that car was crabbing badly, but he was able to maintain pace speed. Dylan Lucas, however, entered a closed pit, so look for him to drop to the tail end of the field. And please tell me I don't. Please tell. Yeah, I did. Son of a bitch. Guess what I did, kids.
You left the.
Yes, I did.
You know, and I'm sorry to interrupt. I was going to say the long-lasting effect of that start, you know, it's going to be a mental picture in the back of the drivers' heads because we're all used to driving around each other, and just that slow start there or whatever is just making everybody think right now, wow, now I'm going to have to be watching it.
Well, what it is, they're probably worried in case they have another Atlanta situation going on. But
so, real quick, we're going to show the folks at home what they missed because of my F-up. So the pace car's in. This is the initial start that you all missed. There's Dylan Lucas. There goes Chris Bouchard. KP catching a Firestone to the face. Everybody else taking evasive action. And it just... And we'll go to the chase cam and you can see what took place there. So there goes the pace car in. Whitaker right behind him. Green flag comes out there. And Lucas doesn't go. And I don't know what happened, but for some reason Dylan Lucas just
Hang on, we're not going green.
did not go.
And probably the only worse outcome of that would have been if the inside didn't go.
You're not wrong.
I mean, you have to be thinking if you're sitting in the middle of the back of the pack, you're just sitting back there thinking right now.
Okay,
you know,
so I don't even think I want to know what the hell just happened.
Alex threw the caution flag again. I'm not sure why.
Okay, because I went back live just as I heard, hold on, we're not going green. And Parkman's already at 210 miles an hour. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
I'm thinking the whole field wasn't caught up at the end. I'm not sure. They're all behind the pace car again now, but they're all in weird formation.
Well, Cody's supposed to be the last car on the lead lap. Lights are out on the pace car, which means we're going green next time by.
So Cody should have taken a wave around.
He should have been given one, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's going on. This is... I should have stayed in bed.
I'm tracking the pace car back and trying to figure out what was going on.
So for those of you just joining us, you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, of course, is your Midwest leader in terms of hiring contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com. Be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you.
Okay, just looking at the pace car, I can't figure it out, but it went outside, and then all of a sudden, everybody just started passing the pace car on the inside right when we thought it was going to go green. So,
And we are single file. Let the games begin.
It almost, just watching the pace car, it looks like everybody got a wave around the pace car, so I don't know.
No
green
idea.
Flag, green flag.
But
Or actually, not. Yeah, everybody, I'm still watching the replay. Everybody's going by. So, well.
I'll tell you what, that was the best single file restart I've ever seen with this league.
it's one of the first single file restarts I've seen since season 1. Is
Oh, no, right.
Bouchard is 2 seconds to the good right now. Gary Bauer sitting in second, Jay Anderson, Mike Erder, his 2 teammates all around him. So, yeah, this is going to get interesting very quickly.
Nate Dean is blinking badly.
And Nate Dean always blinks badly.
Yeah, unless I'm missing something, Chris Bouchard's in.
Bouchard is back into the pits.
I'm just watching him now.
So you got the 3 of Team Booze Brothers, all 3 of them that made the race tonight, running nose to tail. That's 2nd through 4th. Ronnie Osmer in 5th. You got Nate Dean up into 6th. And Ray Zirkett trailing this lead pack, and then you're almost a full second back to defending IR05 Series champion Tyler Graff, who's working with league sponsor Bill Roberts right now, and Tony Rice rounding out your top 10, almost a second and a quarter back off of these guys.
But look at this restart from Chris Parkman. He's at 1.5 seconds up the road already.
Well, he was 2, but this pack is starting to gain on him.
Yeah. I'm just finding it odd that he's found a gap that large already in the early part of this race.
Well, I'm thinking whoever was in second just didn't go again. Or
Yeah,
was just caught sleeping.
The trail pack here, they're trying to group together and move a little bit. You got Mike Whitaker involved in that group, and they're gaining a little bit on the pack with Alex Green in front of them, pack of 3.
Well, the second, the chase pack right now has caught Parkman. They went from 2 seconds to 0.2 of a second.
That did not take long at all.
No.
But then again, like I said before, this is Kansas, and Kansas always promotes pack racing.
Well, the thing is, too, they've caught him. Can they get by him?
This is Chris Parkman we're talking about. That is not going to make it easy for him at all.
No, they're going to definitely have to do it the hard way, and they're going to definitely have to get a line formed on the high side, and it's not going to be just one person doing it.
Ooh, Tony Rice floating with the apron then. Did you see that, Hoot?
Yes, I'm watching that pack right now, and they've definitely caught that second pack here, and him and Alex and Johnny Antonucci are definitely moving.
3 wide on the backstretch.
Alex is a sandwich. Meat is a sandwich.
And we got a car into the wall. That's the 64 Tony Rice grazing the safer barrier.
No caution.
Oh, no, he kept it straight. I don't think... he's just missing some Firestone lettering off of those Firehawks. It wasn't a hard hit. As Osmer battling with Bauer for second right now. That's side by side going into turn 3.
Oh, and KP gets turned and he's
Yellow,
into
yellow,
the wall.
yellow.
Caution's out.
Yep. Rough break. But there were about 5 or 6 cars just running and just swapping around. They just couldn't settle, and I don't know whether they were just moving position. I don't know.
Oh,
Well,
and he just wrecked it again completely this time.
It looked like Bill Roberts may have caught the apron.
Yeah, KP tried to limp it back and lost the back end of the car and completely destroyed
Well,
his
no,
car.
wait a second. I'm not going to put that all on Bill. Because KP did pinch down quite a bit. Yeah, Bill didn't touch the apron. That's all on KP. Pinched down and...
Yeah, like I said, that was a group of 7 cars there, and it was 3 that came up on the 2, and they were just jockeying around, and everybody was just moving. What's it saying? Too many cars, not enough asphalt.
That's the one.
That's one way to put it.
And KP's put his car behind the wall already.
I see that. So
compared to the last broadcast we were in and KP was here, I don't think this would be the time to
Nope.
interview him right now.
Nope, he has access to the booth should he choose to come join us for the remainder of the broadcast. However, yeah, I'm just gonna let sleeping dogs lie and scold.
The happy man out of that whole thing that came out there was Alex. He got out of the sandwich and wound up ahead of that entire thing.
You're not wrong.
Alex is KP's teammate, so he probably is a bit worried that KP ended up on the bad end of all of that.
Well, the guy that came out on the winning end, Mike Whitaker, leading a lap there to get the bonus point. It looks like Chris Bouchard waiting to get the wave around. So Whitaker, Lucas, and Bouchard, the only ones staying out. Dylan Lucas getting the lucky dog. Bouchard staying out to get the actual wave around. And looks like Whitaker's gonna see how this is gonna play out.
Yeah, and he's got a bunch of hungry drivers behind him. He's got Parkman looking for yet another 1.5 mile win. Ronnie looking to stamp even more of his authority onto the season, and Gary Barra still looking for his first win. So 3 hungry drivers right behind him.
But let me ask you this. If you're Whitaker, do you take the inside line or the outside line?
I'll take the outside.
I'm kind of...
Actually, no, because it looked like Dylan Lucas got bogged down on that first start, so it might have been because of the lack of grip on the outside. Maybe the inside might be the best option.
Well, I'm thinking Dylan Lucas may have decided to wait on Parkman so that he didn't get a black flag, because he's been scolded a couple of times this past season for jumping the start.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Whitaker, Parkman, Osmer, Bauer, Erder, Anderson, Zerkit, Green, Graff, and Rice, your top 10 right now. And the lights are getting ready to go out on the pace car. It's going to release Chris Bouchard for the wave around. Lights are out. There he goes. And Whitaker takes the inside.
Might be a wise idea, because the inside line right now is the fastest line, but as the track rubber's in, that outside line might actually come into play once there is enough rubber laid down.
Right,
so,
and we haven't seen enough side by side to get. I mean, there's a line starting to form, but it's not there yet.
Right, yeah. I mean, who knows? This is the way these tracks go. I mean, the inside line's usually the fastest line to start with, but once the race gets older and older, the outside line seems to come better. So
right, but the question is, Whitaker's got 16 laps on his tires. Is he going to be able to hold that bottom line?
Probably not. The older those tires get, the more grip he's going to lose. So he might be in a bit of trouble once this green flag falls.
All right, but the question...
Cody
go ahead.
Just came out. Was he? Did he off pit there? Did I miss something?
Yeah, he did.
And there he goes.
Green flag, green flag.
Well, so far everybody gets away. As Osmer and Parkman go side by side.
Parkman let him have it.
Parkman let him have it. Just he knows that inside line is where you want to be, at least right now. So look for these two to start to work together to try to get by the world's fastest hippie of Mike Whitaker. And Parkman just looking for some clean air right now as they go through the tri-oval. So Osmer goes to that second line. They're playing snooker right now at 220 miles an hour. And what could possibly go wrong?
Oh no, I've always said it before, anything and everything.
You're not wrong. So, Parkman right now looks like he's just trying to save his tires for later in the run as he's arcing that corner a little more than Osmer is.
Gary Bauer's sitting back as well, so I'm wondering if he's saving his tires too.
And we got a small group building up in the back. That's going to be Johnny Antonucci, Dylan Lucas, and Cody Eldred teaming up a little bit there.
And you don't even see them in screen. So.
Oh yes, sir. I'm just watching the back, watching the moves.
Ronnie Osmer biding his time behind Whitaker though, because he knows Whitaker's got a pit. So.
Well, there's a 14 lap difference between the fuel strategies that they're on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's just sitting back and biding his time because he knows he's got a pit, so he's just got to sit back, relax, and just wait for him to go in pit road. Then the battle can commence between him and Parkman.
And Parkman, you saw him go real high going into 3 and then cut back down. He's trying to break the draft to Gary Bauer, but he's also trying to not run over Ronnie Osmer.
Also, he's trying to lay some rubber down on that outside, so it does come into play later in the game.
That's what it's looking like. Boy.
Gary Bauer right now, right on the back of Parkman. Ronnie Osmer's starting to make his move on the outside now. Don't think that's going to be a good idea at this early in the run. Although he does have Gary Bauer for help, that's going to help him a little bit, but not enough because Parkman has now taken second place and is right behind Mike Whitaker. Heading into the backstretch.
Oh, these guys are really getting dicey, and we're still not even 100 to go. Turning lap 27, getting ready to turn 28 of 140. So you got Whitaker, Parkman, Bauer. I'm sorry, Whitaker, Parkman, Osmer, Bauer, Erder, Green, Anderson, Rice, Graff, and Dean.
And I'm watching Ray Zerkut fall back a little bit. It looks like he might be off the pace.
I'm thinking he may have lost the draft.
Oh no, he's within touching distance of Nate Dean. He's just not making any gains on him at all. Although
no, I was just saying, right when I made that comment though, he was with that pack of 3, and then he just it just seemed to me he really fell off.
Yeah, I wonder if he hit the apron or something and lost some speed.
That's a possibility. He seems to be back up to speed now.
Yeah, and this pack of 6 is coming up to bite him.
I'm just focusing on this pack of 7, and they're all sitting there lockstep in one long line right now. They're looking very patient right now.
Well, I think we're about to find out just how much is in the tank of these things. Is Whitaker just turned lap 29, or 28 laps into his stint, as we are working lap 31 of 140. Now, I mean, yes, we did have 2 cautions in there, but still, you know, to go that far currently. And these cars do run what we generally refer to as a half a boat of fuel, 11 gallons of American ethanol.
And they're through.
Ronnie Osmer looking high again. I'm not sure if he's trying to lay rubber down or if he's just...
He's just trying to stay off of Parkman, it looks like.
Well, he's making a move. He's taking a look, see if the outside line's working yet, but it's not working to his favour. If he keeps doing that, Gary Bauer's going to stick his nose in there and make that move on him, just like Parkman did a few laps ago.
Well, I'm thinking that Osmer's just trying to get a little bit of a distance so he could try to draft. And Alex Green's into the wall.
No caution. Oh,
now there is.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, and bad. Johnny Antonucci's out.
And
we have a break. That's
Chris
it.
Bouchard.
That's Alex Green breakdancing.
Oh, he saved it. Okay.
What the hell just happened?
Antonucci and Bouchard got caught up in that also.
Well, Jay Anderson and Alex got into it coming through 4. Let's back that up a lap here. See Alex on the high side. There's Jay on the low side. Jay catches the apron, just goes right up the track, and just blasts Alex. And Alex is trying to save it. And unfortunately, just, Tony Rice got caught up in that dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And Bouchard is, he got back on. He's trying to get around, but his car is driving sideways. He is bent.
Well, that's the second time that car has been bent tonight.
Everybody's taking the pit side. That's worked in Mike Whitaker's favour.
You think?
Big time.
And Cody Elder stays out because, like we said earlier, he went off pace, right?
He did go off pace, but the thing is, Cody caught a piece of that.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it right there on the left side sponson on the Save the Tatas. Actually, the left side front spoiler of the Save the Tatas IR05. You see that thing's got a little bit of a tweak to her.
And he got Bouchard just pulled up right behind him, and as you can see, he is just driving sideways.
Well, Tony Rice stayed out as well. I don't think he realizes just how tweaked that car is.
Yeah, that must be worrying Cody. 2 cars crabbing behind him.
You're not wrong.
The Chris Bouchard's night has gone from bad to worse to horrible in the space of 36 laps.
Yep, kind of glad I'm not listening to the in-game race there.
Well, there's a reason why we don't have that live in stream. We have a PG-13 rating, and we try to stay within the realm of PG-13.
Alex Green has taken his car behind the wall. So, Phenomenal Motorsport are out of this race?
No? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure Alex had to feel absolutely terrible because, as we said, when he initially had his incident, there was no caution. And then, did he come back up on the track? Is that what happened?
He was fighting to keep it down on the apron, caught the grass, and up the track she went. And unfortunately, when Alex started to come up the track, Tony Rice was already occupying that piece of real estate.
Yeah, so Alex just had to feel horrible about that, and obviously is just disgusted with himself, or, well,
Stuff happens.
Yeah, and again, if you're trying to control it, and sometimes you just can't always get it stopped, but you still feel bad when that happens, and you're just sitting there thinking, man,
So, would like to remind everybody you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, of course, is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com. Be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. Also, if you like the action that you're seeing on the track and you want to get involved in the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League, go ahead and wait till after the live stream is over. And in the replay, go ahead and drop a comment below in the replay portion of this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. But drop a comment below with your Iracing screen name. We'll pass it along, and we'll get you involved in the RobertsTechJobs.com Thursday night Icebreaker Series, which is where we ask all new drivers to run at least a handful of races there before, turning them loose in the quote big cars to, just to make sure that you're not going to suffer from rectal cranial insertion syndrome while you're behind the wheel.
So Chris Bartman winning the race off pit road. He's going to be controlling the restart.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to interrupt. I was going to ask because Cody we knew he was off cycle and he had made it to fourth, but he did duck in and he's back out now.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued with this restart now because he's got Ronnie to his outside now, and that's going to be an interesting restart to say the least.
That's one way to put it. Parkman's holding him down. There we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Osmer goes with him. Mike Whitaker had a little bit of a twitch there on the restart, it looked like. Osmer's going to get the clear as they go into turn number 1.
Yeah, Mike Hurt is staying with them as well, but further on, but behind that, Gary Bauer and Jay Anderson side by side. Just trying to figure their thing out, but Chris Bartman off to a big start, but he's going to get caught by Ronnie Osmer very, very quickly with Mike Whitaker right behind him in third.
And again, I've said it before, these guys are getting very chippy for this early in the race.
And Ronnie Osmer in the hunt for Team Evolution.
And that was the thing that we talked about before, with so many drivers looking and needing to still punch their ticket into the chase. It's not surprising just how chippy some of the racing is starting to get already.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're literally, there's only 2 more races after this to be able to get yourself into that chase, and a lot of these drivers are literally just on the outside looking in, so they want to get a decent result out of this tonight so they can literally, hopefully, fight their way, if not with a win, then through the points, and that's what this is all about. They just want to get up there, get a good result, and get into that chase.
And let me see if I can find the schedule, the regular season schedule, wherever it ended up. Bear with me a second here. So yeah, we were at Kansas this week, then we're at Phoenix at night, and then we're at Dover. So for those of you who are listening to the broadcast Sunday, yeah, I did.
We all make mistakes.
Yes, but I seem to do them in spectacular fashion.
As do I. So everybody in single file right now, apart from further back in the field where I think that's Dylan Lucas. Oh, 3 wide for position there between Dylan Lucas, Jay Anderson, and Tyler Vickery. But,
yeah, I was going to say, I'm sorry, Tony.
Dylan Lucas just shot off onto the inside.
Oh, Dylan is off pace.
Yeah, he got horrible. He got really loose coming out of the corner and had to try and save it somehow.
These guys are flirting with that apron, and I'm thinking there might be some unhappy drivers when the competition committee reviews some of the actions that have been going on tonight. There it goes.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And I can't tell initially, but it looks like everybody got through.
Somebody just caught a race car to the face. I believe that was Chris Bouchard again. Nope, it wasn't.
That was Tyler Vickery.
It was Tyler Vickery who caught the race car to the face. Well then.
Oh, that is a shame because Tyler had been moving up. He was driving pretty well.
Well, let's watch the chase cam here. I kind of got to put that one. Wow. I kind of got to put that one on Gary. Just pinching down hard going into 3, and you can't do that in these cars.
No, not at all. We got a few takers down on pit road. We've got Ronnie Osmer, Tyler Graff, and Nate Dean.
And Ray Zerkot also coming in there at the end.
You know, it's one of those deals where, you know, Whitaker's holding his line. I don't know.
Trying to use a Indy car as a stock car, it's not going to work.
Well, and that seems to be the common problem with some of these drivers. And I'm going to use Gary as an example of this one. Well, that's how you're supposed to race Kansas. No, that's not how you race Kansas in an Indy car, my friend. If you do that in an Indy car, you're going to have that result every time. You know, you can't pull the same stunts in an Indy car that you can get away with in a stock car because there's a known bounding box issue in these cars. So, you know, you pinch down like that and
yeah, disaster's going to happen.
You're towing back to the pits.
Which is exactly what happening right now, and unfortunately, that's what's happened. And yeah.
So anyway, Tyler Vickery's still out, and I did not see any damage on his car. I thought he had got some of that.
Oh,
yeah, that's surprising. I mean, he's up there in 4th place now, behind.
Oh yeah, no, he caught the bottom of Gary Bauer's engine pod to the face.
Oh, it was directly to the face. It wasn't any part to the.
Yeah, no, it was right in the face.
Ouch.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, let's go. We're going to back this up. Bear with me. Anybody know where I can buy a good mouse inexpensively?
Best Buy? Oh, you
okay,
said
so yeah, inexpensively. You're about to see what's going to happen, so keep your eye on the red car. And clunk. Yeah, that's an engine pod to the face.
Yeah, Tyler Vickery might want to visit the dentist after this race because I'm guessing he's missing a few teeth right now.
Well, if you look at... here, let's do it this way. If you look at Tyler's helmet, it's not a dentist. He's going to need to see a vet with that Angry Birds helmet.
I got to tell you, though, I don't know how, but I do not see any damage on his car. And he's showing no indication for cutting in.
Well, lights are out on the pace car. You got Parkman, Whitaker, Erder, Vickery, Rice, Roberts, Osmer, Lucas, Graff, and Dean, your top 10.
So Ronnie Osmer going off like a pit schedule. I'm wondering if he's got something in mind within regards to later in the race, because he's going to have fresh fuel and tires compared to Parkman and Whitaker, who he's clearly fighting with for the lead. So
yeah, but he's got to get by Bill Roberts, Tony Rice, and Tyler Vickery to do it.
Yeah, and Mike Hurter. And as we've seen already this season, Mike Hurter is no slouch.
No, and we've seen that since Erder joined the league and started running in the Icebreaker series with us.
Green flag, green flag.
You know, he was very impressive in the Elite Invitational.
Wow, and the top 4 just got a good start there.
Yeah, Tony Rice had no answer for that, and now he's got Ronnie Osmer all over his gearbox.
So currently working lap 50 of 140. As Erder all over the trans tunnel of Parkman again. And I said it before and I'll say it again. These guys are getting very chippy, and we're not even at halfway.
Yeah, I was going to say Tyler had definitely jumped up there, but he's playing with that line a little bit.
Well, the apron is definitely not where you want to be. Ever.
And he just touched it again.
Still managed to get by Whittaker, though, which is pretty good for him.
Yeah, well, watch this. Hold my beer. Whittaker to the inside now. He's got Tony Rice with him, so Tyler Vickery is about to get freight trained.
He's got help coming behind him, though, because he's got his teammate just coming up right up to his gearbox. I wonder if that's going to help him out at all.
No.
Oh, and there it is.
Yellow.
Wow.
Oh, no.
He just hit somebody.
That was Cody.
Oh, was it Cody?
That was Cody.
You know, and I hate to say it, I was just going to say it about Tyler as a teammate. You know, he's an outstanding rookie, but he also has the Hoot Baker syndrome, where you get a little nervous when you get up front.
Well, he had a reason to be there because Tony Rice kind of caught the apron, I think. Yeah.
No, that was definitely Nate Dean that caught the race car to the face. It's
Nate
Dean.
Yeah, there it was. Yeah, it was the black and pink kind of threw me off, but yeah, it was Nate Dean that. Jesus. That was a good one.
And it was interesting, like I said, just not my teammate, but I saw him run up third, and my camera was actually focused on Tyler there because I just wanted to see how he would react to being up in the top there. And he is drifting. A very impressive drift, that car back to the pits.
And here they all go back into pit road, apart from Ronnie Osmer, who obviously pitted on the last caution, so he doesn't need to go in pit road right now. So I'm wondering if this has worked in Ronnie Osmer's favor.
Hard to say.
As Gary Bauer gets a lucky dog.
And he needed that.
Yeah.
And I'm about to snap and drive to Washington State and find the first person I find who works for Microsoft and beat them within an inch of their life.
Don't tell me they're making you do a Windows update.
Oh no. No. You know if that was the case. No. This is
Just leave a flaming bag of dog poo on their porch.
No, I'm actually going to do what I saw the way somebody handled a one of those fake telemarketers. There's a company where you can actually ship a box of poo anywhere in the world.
Yes, I saw that, I think, at Christmas or 2 ago. And you can actually pick your poo. It can be like giraffe poo or hippo poo, things like that.
I wonder if they would actually be willing to come to my house and let it be my actual poo, because
Believe it or not, there would probably be a hazardous waste situation. So I'm not sure.
At this point in time, yeah, probably.
So we've got Ronnie Osmer at the point now with Cody Elder behind, and Chris Bouchard now up to third place after his recovery drive. Parkman now into fourth, and Mike Herter in fifth place.
Yep, Chris and Cody, they were just patient back there. They were back, way back in the pack there, but patience pays off.
Well, there's a reason why Cody was our Season 1 IR05 champion. He was always in the thick of it. Didn't win a race, got into the chase on points, did not win a chase race at all, and won the championship.
And went to see as they come across the line, but it looks like Tyler got back out. He's a lap down, though.
He is. Gary Bauer still 1 lap down.
And Alex Green and Kevin Pasquich have both retired their cars. So we've got 2 retirements and 2 cars 1 lap down.
As the lights go out on the pace car. This is where it gets interesting. Would like to remind you folks that you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, of course, is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com. Be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you.
And it looks like Tyler gets a EOL.
Well, he entered a closed pit.
Correct. But I have to tell you, I watched him limp that car around. That was a very impressive drifting. He ought to be on that.
Oh, there was no drift. That was just pure crab.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, crab.
So, field working its way through the 3-4 complex. Osmer going to have control of the field.
I don't like the way the pace car leaves the track like that.
Green flag.
Well, at
green
least
flag.
it leaves the track before the green comes out, unlike some of the other tracks that we've seen where green flag comes out, the pace car is still in the middle of the track. Pocono.
That's true. Yeah. Bouchard forcing his way up to 2nd place on that restart. What a restart from him.
Yeah, was that on the outside there? I was watching another car just pushing the car in front of me. It's like, get out of my way.
Yeah, he restarted in P4.
Yeah, he snookered. He got by Cody Elder. Cody was looking to take it a little bit easy, and Chris got by him.
Yeah, Chris, I guess that was Chris pushed him. He just wasn't having it. He's like, you got to go or you got to move.
And Chris Partman getting passed for 4th place now. Partman having a few issues on this restart.
How's that old saying go? The tires are staggered special and matched perfect. I'm thinking Harry missed on the setup on this set of tires. And for those of you who don't get that reference, you're not a true fan of movies.
But yeah, Bouchard's another driver that's hungry. I mean, he's got wins in the DW12s, but he's still yet to win in the IR05. So he definitely wants this win tonight. That's why he's managed to force his way back up to 2nd place.
You're not wrong, but you've got a lot of drivers that are in that situation right now. Osmer, I believe, has a win on the season. Erder still looking for his first win. Whitaker still looking to punch his ticket into the IR05. Tyler Graff, I believe, still looking to punch his ticket into the IR05s.
Yeah, and I'm just watching Tyler back in 7th, and the last couple laps, he is really playing with that line down there. And there he just did it again.
Well, Dylan Lucas on the high side's not giving him a lot of room.
Yeah, like we talked about with Gary Bauer pinching someone down, Dylan Lucas was doing exactly the same thing. So, yeah. It's a trend that needs to really kind of fade away, to be fair, because it's not good in an IndyCar.
There's really only one way to stop that from happening, and apparently nobody wants to listen to the idea of how to stop that.
Yeah, and apparently Tyler had enough of it. He moved to the outside, and he's let him down.
Oh, yeah. And that's one of the reasons why Tyler is the defending IR05 Series champion. And Mike Whitaker, he's right there with Mike Whitaker as well, who is your defending DW12 Series champion. Those two guys are champions for a reason, as we're following along with Season 1 Series champion Cody Eldred. You don't win championships by driving suffering from rectal cranial insertion syndrome.
And now Tyler's past Mike.
And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means you're driving with your head up your butt. So, Osmer, Bouchard, Eldred, Parkman, Lucas, Erder, Graff, Whitaker, Dean, and Rice, your top 10 right now.
Yeah, after that slow restart, Parkman is now back up to 4th and is hounding the gearbox of Cody Eldred. So, yeah, it's getting closer and closer. It's getting tighter and tighter. And I believe they're coming up on lap traffic as well. So that could throw another spanner in the works.
Well, they're closing in on lap traffic, but they're also closing in on the halfway point finally. Woohoo!
Tyler trying to move. Yep, it's and Michael just sitting back watching.
That's actually Tyler Vickery that they're catching right now.
All right.
Yeah, and Mike is just staying just enough back out of it to where he's not sure what he's going to do right now, but he knows there might be something coming.
Well, the way they're going backwards and forwards and on the track, as they're trying to stay single file, but they're like jittering up and down the track. It's going to catch somebody out, and the end result is not going to be pretty. I can see this coming now.
Oh, that was definitely a pucker moment for Cody Eldred as Chris Bouchard caught a ton of apron coming through the tri-oval.
Yeah, Ronnie just caught the apron as well, and yeah, they're all flirting with that apron. Oh, I mean, I'm clenching my wheel just watching it.
Yeah, Mike Whitaker has given indications to Tyler Graff that he, run with him if they can get a run. And Tyler is stuck on the outside now.
Yeah, luckily he's got Nate Dean, his teammate, for company behind him, so Nate Dean will probably sit back and let him get on the outside without passing him. And there we go. Tyler Graff comes down and slots right in front of Nate Dean.
Yeah, it looks like we got 2 or 3 cars just playing with that line now.
Oh, Bouchard gets pushed to the outside and Cody Eldred takes 2nd place.
Oh, and if he's not careful, he's going to get freight trained here.
Here comes Dylan Lucas now. He's about to drop out, well, drop to the tail end of the top 5.
And he squeezes his way back in. Wow, that was a dangerous move right there.
Oh, very much so. We got Ronnie Osmer, Cody Eldred, Chris Parkman, Chris Bouchard, and Dylan Lucas, your top 5. With Mike Erter, Mike Whitaker, Tyler Graff, Nate Dean, and Tony Rice rounding out your top 10. So
he actually had the benefit of seeing the other cars behind him, seeing all that going on. The other cars seemed to have just backed up just a little bit.
And we're closing in on green flag.
yeah, pretty much we're getting on, closing on green flag pit stops. I mean, they've been running for quite a while now, and nearly there. I mean, we're past halfway now, which is a good thing. They're catching Tyler Vickery now very quickly now, and Cody Eldred been pushed to the outside as well, just like Chris Bouchard, and now he's going to get freight trained to the back. Chris Bouchard making his way to the inside now, along with Dylan Lucas. This is not looking good for Cody Eldred, as here comes Mike Erter as well. He's trying to make his way on that inside, and unfortunately it looks like Cody Eldred is about to get freight trained and put to the back of this long line of cars.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get the benefit of the last person that did that, because nobody else, Mike Whitaker and those guys, are not having it. They're driving on. Oh, but somebody did back off. Is that Tyler Graff?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Everybody putting a bit of space between each other's cars now, so hopefully they're trying to settle down. Maybe it's because they know the green flag pit stops are coming. They're trying to space themselves out so they can get down to pit road easy enough. Maybe.
Yep. Yeah, green stops coming up, and also a little bit of lap track up front, right?
Yeah, they're catching Tyler Vickery very, very quickly up there, and Who's 2 laps down now, which is unusual. I think he pitted in.
Who's
Cody
taking?
Eldred. Cody Eldred coming down pit road now. I think he must have used all that goodie on his tyres because that's probably why he got freight trained to the back.
You know what? I got to say that it's probably maybe not a bad move.
And here they come. Chris Bouchard calling his pits now. Dylan Lucas calling his pits. We've got a few takers coming on pit road. Ronnie Osmer calling his pits now as well. So everybody making those green flag pit stops that Tony just alluded to, and Chris Partman's just going to get away now and hopefully gain some time before he comes in for his pit stop.
Yeah, that Tony alluded to just before dinner came back up.
Oh, that's why.
And I just want to point out for a fact that I can say without a doubt that Mrs. Grass's chicken noodle soup broth tastes better going down than it does coming back.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we had it. We had everything under control.
Much obliged. What did I miss?
Green flags pit stops are currently underway right now. Chris Partman is your leader. Mike Erter is in second with Mike Whitaker in third.
Yes, and like I said, Cody pitted 1 lap early, and that, you know, that's one thing I've known a little bit about. You know, what little I know about Cody is he really watches, you know, the stats and all that good stuff. So that was probably a good move on his part.
Yeah, I mean, Cody. That's why Cody got put to the back of that pack of drivers, is because he'd used up his tyres and he knew it was time to go into pit road. And yeah, he's off sync with the rest of those guys as Mike Erter comes down pit road now. So everybody coming down one by one and getting their pit stops out of the way.
Cody's still in the pits.
Yeah, I'm still watching. Tyler is up here with Mike Whitaker now, and they're still dancing with each other, but they seem to be talking to each other or got something going on.
What happened with Cody?
He got pushed up wide like Chris Bouchard did and fell to the back of the pack, but he stuck with him. But
He's 2 minutes on pit road.
I'm not sure what happened to
the
him.
only thing I can think was Cody was involved in something earlier, but obviously it was nothing that it should have affected him at this point.
2 minutes and 8 seconds. We're going to need to talk to Cody about that. I want to find out what the hell happened. Is Whitaker bringing it pit side?
Well, you never know. It might have been one of those real-life things where somebody had to make a real-life pit stop.
I'm just watching back now. I don't know what exactly happened because he was up to speed with everybody else when he came down pit road, and he had a pretty standard entry into pit road. So,
and now Tyler is coming in. Tyler Graff.
Like his teammates going with him. Yeah.
Nate Dean's in. Tony Rice in. Gary Bauer in. Bill Roberts in.
Gary Bauer hitting Tony Rice.
Oh, Cody missed his pit stall.
Oh.
And then he towed.
As Jay Anderson gets involved with something with Tony Rice and loops it, so
it's pretty uncharacteristic for Cody. I don't know Cody. I don't know if I've ever seen him miss a pit.
Yeah, he went 4 or 5 stalls past his pit box, and instead of reversing up pit road, which is obviously a black flag thing, he decided to tow it, which explains why he was in pit road for 2 minutes.
Yeah, now I'm assuming that if you're past your pit at that point, the tow is going to take you all the way around?
Yes.
Rough break right there.
As we got Tyler Graff in the lead now after his pit stop with Bouchard in second place and Ronnie Osman in third. Question is this, what happened to Partman?
I'm looking at Partman right now. He's in 6th, running all alone.
That is strange as Bouchard gets the clear and takes the lead now over Tyler Graff. Dylan Lucas, I was right. I think I was right when I said about this outside line. It is starting to come into play now. People are starting to find grip on that outside as Dylan Lucas now has the outside on Tyler Graff. Not making so much of a game, but he's still right there on his rear wing. Chris Bouchard up into first place. Ronnie Osmer on the outside with Dylan Lucas. Ashley's struggling to pick which lane he wants to take, with Mike Whitaker blinking in fifth place. That's unusual for Mike.
Now, Chris Bargan is back in sixth. He's got Nate Dean behind him, so, you know, you're thinking at this point, do I ease up a little bit and let him get up with me?
No. No, he's not going to. I'll tell you that right now.
And behind Nate Dean is Mike Erder. He's a little bit closer to...
And there it goes.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And that's going to be Dylan Lucas.
And they're wrecking behind him.
Yep, Gary Bauer caught up. And Chris Parkman? No.
Yeah, Parkman just looped it. Let's watch to see what happened with Gary. Jesus. Really, guys?
I'm here.
I don't even know what to think right now.
I don't even know what happened. I was going back.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Let's go back. Dylan Lucas is still trying to limp it back. Sorry.
Oh, here we are going through the 1-2. Or coming into turn 1. And Lucas just ate the wall. And then Parkman got sideways, avoiding Lucas. And then Gary Bauer apparently just decided he runs over Tony Rice and then gets run over by Johnny Antonucci. So you can clearly see that the caution lights are on. Why these guys weren't slowing down at that point, I have no idea.
That is strange. Yeah, here we are under caution again. Tony Rice is in the lead right now. I don't think he went down pit road, and Jay Anderson, I believe, is in second place. So the field is looking a bit strange right now, but I'm assuring you that some people have pitted. Tony Rice and Jay Anderson, I believe, staying out during that run. So be interested to see how Tony Rice controls the restart, because I don't think I've ever seen him control a restart before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you guys cover what happened to Parkman?
Yeah, he just looped it trying to avoid killing Dylan.
Yep. Rough break.
Stayed on the lead lap, though.
So that puts the amount of cars on the lead lap down to 11 now. Chris Parkman being the last one. The first car a lap down now is Dylan Lucas after that incident. Cody Eldred, after his incident in pit road during the green flag pit stops, is also a lap down in 13th. Tyler Vickery is in 14th, 2 laps down, and the last car running is actually Gary Bauer, who is 4 laps down in 15th place. Ray Zerker, Alex Green, and Kevin Pasquich have all taken their cars behind the wall.
Going to be interesting to see how. Is Tony first? Tony Rice?
Yes, he is. He stayed out with Jay Anderson. Mike Whitaker pitted. He was the fastest off pit road, with Chris Broussard second off pit road and Ronnie Osmer in third. So
Whitaker didn't take tires.
He just took fuel.
4.7 seconds in the stall.
Wow.
Going to be interesting to see how the rookie Tony Rice handles this restart. You know, it's no from experience. It's a little bit rough when you're a rookie and being up in front like that with a bunch of cars behind you.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they're coming around now as they stack up 2 by 2. Lights are off in the pace car. Let's see how this restart goes, because I don't think I've ever seen Tony Rice take a restart like this before. So it'd be interesting to see how he manages to he controls everybody when the green flag flies again.
Well, you know what everybody's thinking behind him. They're gonna, you know, they're thinking the rookie's up front. We're gonna freight train by him, or are they worried about him? You know, always a mental.
Well, he's got Jay Anderson to his outside, so it's not all that bad. I mean, Tony Rice is probably is a very capable driver. We've seen that in the past. So
yeah, and absolutely, Mike Whitaker behind him. You know, Mike's not going to run him over. He's going to give him.
And away we go. He didn't hold them down too long, and he gets away in the lead. Jay Anderson goes with him in second place, and we've got Chris Bouchard has fallen behind Mike Whitaker now. He's filed in behind there. Ronnie Osborne into 5th place, but Tony Rice getting off to a very decent start right now. He's up to about half a second lead, but obviously with these ovals being as they are, he will be caught again by Jay Anderson.
Yeah, and I was saying right before the start there, I figured that is exactly what Mike Whitaker was going to do. He was not going to push him. He's just, you know, Mike's a patient guy, and he, you know, he knows.
Oh yeah. Mike Whitaker blinking again. He must be having some serious connection problems tonight. I've never seen that from Mike before.
Actually, did not see it on mine.
His quality is actually in the yellow, which is unusual to see, but regardless, we've still got Tony Rice out in front.
Mike gets touched a little bit there.
Yeah, got stacked up there between Bouchard and Ronnie Osmer, with Tyler Graff on the outside, Nate Dean on the inside with Mike Erter, the last car in that train.
Yeah, and that was going to be Jay Anderson getting a little impatient, I guess.
So Tony Rice still out in front there. He's holding that bottom line really well. I mean, he's controlling that first place very well, considering it's probably one of the first times he's been up there all season, but doing very well. He's got Jay Anderson and now Mike Whitaker on the inside of Jay Anderson. I don't know if he's going to get it. No, Jay Anderson holds on to second place, but Tony Rice actually still controlling that field very well. Someone flirting with the apron in the background there. But yeah, Jay Anderson's on that outside. I don't think it's going to work in his favour. Pinching down slightly on Mike Whitaker, but Mike Whitaker's got the advantage here on the inside line on that fast line.
Yeah, and you got to be thinking, Mike right now is thinking, I'm just laying back here right now, but I'm getting pinched a little bit. You know, at some point I'm going to have to go.
Yeah, but was saying that there's absolutely no room to go. He's got Tony Rice in front of him, and he's got Jay Anderson to his outside. So what do? Do you just relax and wait for something to happen, or do you try and force a gap and get around them?
Actually, I think he knows that eventually those guys they're gonna make a move, not cause a wreck. They're gonna make a move that's gonna give him a shot down there. Whoa, who's that down low?
Bouchard.
Could be anybody. Christopher Bouchard, yeah. And he's fallen back a bit from Mike Whitaker now, who is still side by side with Jay Anderson. Very close racing now as Tony Rice has fallen back a bit now with Jay Anderson trying to make that outside line work.
What is that?
And Dylan Lucas, that's going to cause a huge wreck.
Yellow.
Dylan Lucas coming back up on the track and taking nearly everybody with him. What a disaster.
Whoa, watch out, Mike.
It was Dylan Lucas channeling his inner Kevin LePage.
Wow, even worse was the what happened up front with Mike. Oh my gosh, and Tony Rice. I don't know what happened there. Who didn't check up or who didn't brake? Checked up too quick. I don't know. That almost disaster for Mike Whitaker.
Well, that was Nate Dean running him flat over. Let's go back and see why his car was screwed up to begin with here.
And I just saw Mike Whitaker. I don't know what his comment he was saying, but I'm sure I probably don't want to hear it. And the leaders are coming in.
Well, there you see Dylan on the high side of Cody. And just doesn't pay attention and eats the wall, and then tries to limp it back to the pits. So, and then starts blinking heavily.
All right, looking close at Mike's car as he comes into pits. I don't see any obvious damage, but he did tap the wall there on that slowdown after the caution.
Yeah, I did notice that Bill Roberts got a piece of that incident as well. He was missing a nose as well shortly after.
Mike Whitaker's back out. I think he got it.
And I just... Johnny Antonucci catching a piece of it.
Can you determine why that car was back up in the middle of the track?
Yeah, because he was stupid.
Okay. Thought maybe there was a spin or something I didn't see.
Oh, there was. He pinched down. Cody put him in the wall, and rather than tow like he should have after rolling it, he decided it'd be a good idea to try to limp it back, and couldn't keep it on the apron.
Yep. Bottom third of the track or in the middle is not a good place to be limping back on a green.
So, yeah, it was a
Kevin LePage moment.
And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about when I say channeling is inner Kevin LePage,
Talladega 2002? No, 2008, sorry.
yeah, go ahead and just go ahead and YouTube search that when this race is over. The only difference was Kevin was coming straight out of the pits instead of trying to get back to the pits when he did it.
Yep, and everybody should be reminded, of course, we three commentators are not race control. We're just calling it like we see it there, and yeah, that wasn't good.
And, you know, that may have sounded unprofessional of me, but I'm too sick to care right now. And I thank you both gentlemen for being in the booth with me tonight, because I've already regurgitated twice.
Ah, we're fine. We got this. Don't worry. So we have Chris Bouchard now out in the lead with Ronnie Osmer second. Mike Whitaker third, Tony Rice in fourth, and Tyler Graff in fifth. So Tony Rice has lost a couple of positions in pit road, but...
And congrats to Tony Rice for making a good pit there. I mean, he was up front there, and he got a decent enough pin in, and he's back out fourth behind Mike.
Yeah, he had a good run up in the lead there, yeah. So he's done really well to actually get up there. Chris Bouchard picking the outside line for this restart. That's an unusual move, considering the inside line has always been the fastest line around here.
Yeah, and Tony Rice, fairly new to the league, lives just across the river from me here in Richmond, Virginia. Very nice guy.
I don't know if he'll admit that in public, though.
Hey, be nice now.
Anyways.
And he actually drives the, I don't know, I'm not sure what they call those go-karts, but he does drive go-karts there in his spare time.
That's pretty neat. I like driving go-karts as well.
Well, when you finally show up for Dirt Week, we'll have to go kart racing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Are they called fast carts or something like that? I'm just not familiar with all that.
Supercarts?
That may be it.
That's where you put a motorcycle engine on a shopping cart, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Green flag.
And we're green, and Tony gets a little bit of a jump on Mike, but can't hold it on the outside.
Bouchard off to a big start, though, and Ronnie Osmer's the only one sticking with him. Everybody else is battling behind him. That's a unusual restart by usual standards. So at the moment, we've got Ronnie Osmer chasing down Chris Bouchard first and second. Ronnie Osmer's going to catch him, but he's going to be the only one that's going to catch him, which is unusual, but it's going to be exciting to see if he can actually get around him.
Yeah, the only surprise to me on that one was that Mike Whitaker didn't get a better start.
Well, he was on the He was on the inside, wasn't he, when he restarted?
Yes,
so,
sir. He was inside of Tony.
So, yeah, that is unusual that he's not able to keep up with the top two, but he does look like he's holding up the guys behind him. Tony Rice is all over his transmission right now. Well, he was behind right up his transmission, but he's dropped back a bit. But speaking of transmissions, Ronnie Osmer is now on the back of Chris Bouchard's car, and he's trying to find a way past, but unable to make that outside line work. He's staying with him right behind him, taking a slight look on the outside, but not committing to it. So wondering if he's just trying to push his way up there and see if the green flag pit stops can work, maybe.
And Tony Rice has just got Tyler Graff just all over him now, and looks like Tyler's going to get the inside on him.
And that's the thing, is we still have not seen the money stop.
That's true. I mean, that's got to come yet. I mean, can Ronnie find a way past him on that money stop? That's what we've got to see yet. And
Tony Rice just getting freight trained right now. I don't know if he's just letting everybody by. I'm not sure what's going on in his head.
He's just biding his time. And speaking of biding people biding their time, Mike Whitaker's dropping back in third place, but as we all know, Mike Whitaker knows how to play the fuel game to perfection. So just watch out for him and Tyler Graff right behind. Tyler Graff right behind him. Should be interesting to see how the reigning DW12 and IR05 champions cope with these next few laps.
Oh, and you figure that they can get about 25 laps safely. And we're still north of 30. It's going to be interesting to see how this is going to all play out. As that second pack is starting to catch Bouchard and Osmer. And the biggest difference is going to be Bouchard and Osmer 21 laps on their stint, everybody else 10 or less. And Tyler Graff going pit side.
Yeah, Nate Dean going with him. I'm wondering if Ronnie and Chris Bouchard have actually used up their tyres now and is letting Mike Whitaker back in with Jay Anderson right behind him. Jay's not been up there, well, this close to a winning margin for quite some time now, so hopefully he can get up there and challenge for the lead. But he's sitting back there in fourth place right now, right behind Mike Whitaker. Johnny Antonucci in fifth place now. He's making a late push for some good points. I mean, look back to last season, he almost won the whole race last season, chasing down Joe Morganti for the second place finish in the end. So he's still in the fight for this win. A lot of people still in this. Just under how many laps? We're on lap 115, just crossing the line now for 116.
Right, so we're 25 to go. So yeah, you can make it from here.
Only problem is Bouchard and Ronnie Osmer cannot make it from here. That's the problem.
Tony Rice is
they
just
can.
Continues to get
if they pit now,
trained.
they can make it. That's what I'm getting at, is if you pit now, you could make it. We're within the fuel window.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to pit.
And way back in 13th, running by himself, Cody Eldred.
Yeah, he's just pit. Yeah, Cody Eldred and Tyler Graff both just been down pit road, so hopefully they're hoping that it works in their favour. But obviously with Bouchard and Ronnie Osmer having to pit as well, that could become a very close race near the end, hopefully. Speaking of people biding their time, Chris Partman's back there as well, just in front of Tony Rice. He's a very patient man looking on the outside looking in right now. He's across the line for lap 119 now.
It's still hanging in back there in 10th is, Tyler Vickery. Still hanging in there.
albeit 2 laps down, with Nate Dean, Cody Eldred, and Bill Roberts also 2 laps down. One bit of news, Dylan Lucas has actually taken his car behind the wall after that incident, so I'm wondering if he's having a bit of a guilty conscience there.
Good possibility. So,
Jay Anderson now up to 3rd place. Ronnie Osmer looking on the outside, seeing if he can make it work, but he's got a very hungry Jay Anderson right behind him. That's not going to work if he tries that move.
well, the thing is, these guys have got to pit soon because they're currently working lap 29 of their current fuel stand. So look to see Bouchard and Osmer pit sometime soon.
Bouchard just called his pits. He's coming in this lap now. Expect Ronnie Osmer to either follow this lap or the next lap. And there goes Bouchard. Ronnie Osmer takes over the lead.
And Chris Parkman still just a bit out of the draft, but man, he is really trying.
Yeah, how long will it be before Ronnie Osmer has to pit? This is the question. Ronnie Osmer is going pit side right now. That hands the lead over to Jay Anderson, who's still got quite a few laps left on his fuel stint. So let's see how much longer he can go before he has to come into pit road again. That also promotes Ronnie Osmer up to Mike Whitaker up to 2nd and Johnny Antonucci up to 3rd place, who's still pushing his way up there.
Please tell me I turned my mic off when I just did what I just did.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
We carried on regardless, don't worry. We tried to drown out the sound. No, Jay Anderson's still in the lead there. He's still not taking it down pit road yet. Mike Whitaker right on his transmission tunnel with Johnny Antonucci in 3rd place. Chris Parkman, I think, now calling his pits, so he's going to be coming in this lap. Curtis sitting in 4th as well. Tyler Vickery still in 10th place, but he's still there with the pack. Nate Dean is right behind him, challenging Tyler Vickery for position.
And if a caution came out right now, it would screw everybody from 7th back.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
Because right now, your top 6 are the only ones still on the lead lap. Parkman's about to go a lap down as he goes pit side.
Tony Rice has fallen way off the pack. I'm not sure if he's lost his drafting help or not. Nate Dean calling his pits now, but he's 2 laps down, so...
And Parkman's out.
Parkman's out of his pit stall and he's back up to speed again.
Parkman took fuel only.
Not sure if that's a good idea on a track like this. This is very, very harsh on the tyres, this track. Throw a blanket over your top 5, though. We've got Jay Anderson in the lead still, Mike Whitaker in 2nd, Johnny Antonucci in 3rd, Mike Erter in 4th. Tyler Vickery's still there, but he's 2 laps down, so...
You throw a blanket over the top 4 as Tony Rice is 4 seconds off the pace on this group.
Yeah, he's lost his drafting help, which was Chris Parkman, so he was always going to fall away with these guys drafting with each other up at the front there.
And Mike Whitaker ever patient.
Well, he's got his teammate right behind him with Johnny Antonucci, so you know that's not a worry there. You got two drivers for Pinnacle Motorsports. You got 2 drivers for Team Booze Brothers running in the top 4 right now, so it's definitely going to be a battle.
I mean, it's good to see those 2 teams up at the front actually, because they've both been struggling all season for decent results. So Pinnacle and Booze Brothers, very good to see them back up in the top 5 again and racing for victories, as it were.
Absolutely.
Has Johnny Antonucci taking it pit side now?
And Tyler Becker running behind Mike Whitaker. You know, he's just 2 laps down, but you know what? He's not giving an inch. He's hanging in there.
Mike Herter calling his pits now. He will be in this lap. Jay Anderson calling his pits too. And Mike Whitaker. So this is going to be a race off pit road right here, guys.
Copy that. I got my camera focused on Mike Whitaker right now.
And you see him charging that line about as hard as they can.
Tony Rice coming into pit road as well. And Tyler Vickery coming in this lap as well.
And Mike Whitaker just pacing him on that pit, looking for that best pit out.
Well, look for Whitaker to hit his marks, because that's something that Whitaker is known to do. He practiced these pit stops, and he slid through his stall.
Oh, I saw him back up. Oh my gosh.
No,
and he's gonna get beat out.
No tires.
Oh.
No tires for Whitaker. Fuel only.
As Jay Anderson wins the battle off pit road.
It's still not over yet. There goes Bouchard flashing by. Osmer flashes by.
Flag is out.
And the caution's out.
Horrible break for Mike.
He caught the bump that leads to the road course.
Yeah, Mike obviously a little frustrated with his pit there and tried to get it back a little bit too quick.
He tried the no tire gamble and it bit him.
That's going to hand the lead over to Chris Bouchard now with 7 laps remaining. We will go back green again, but it might be a green-white checkered right here.
So you got 3 drivers looking for a win in the IR05s. I don't believe Osmer has one yet this season. Bouchard has one in the DW12s, not one in the IR05s. And I'm not sure if Parkman's got one in the 5s yet as well.
He won at Vegas, I think.
You're right.
Jay Anderson has not won a race since Daytona in season 2. So he's going to be hungry for a win now.
Right. As well as Mike Erder still looking for his first win. Tyler Graff looking to show why he's defending IR05 Series champion. So
this is shaping up to be exciting. Bill Roberts getting a lucky dog right now.
Well,
I was just going to say, folks, that is why we love racing it, and that's why we love broadcasting it and watching it, because you never know what's going to happen. Mike Whitaker's just got to be just I don't even.
So as we're watching Bill Roberts take his wave around, you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, of course, is your Midwest leader in time to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, we're looking to relocate. Go to RobertsTechJobs.com. Let Bill know.
Let Bill know that the ISL sent you.
It was kind of a speed advertisement there. Very nice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We didn't quite. We managed to finish it off for you, don't worry.
Thank you. At least I turned the mic off this time.
Yeah, she did. So yeah, Bouchard showing the way as we're under caution right now. Ronnie Osmer in second. Janderson doing some weird revving motions in third place. Mike Erter in fourth. Then we got Chris Parkman in fifth. Tyler Graff in sixth. Johnny Antonucci in seventh place. Mike Whitaker now in eighth place after that spin that brought out the caution. Ninth place is Cody Eldred. 10th place is Bill Roberts, and the last car on the lead lap is Tony Rice in 11th place. So the amount of cars on the lead lap has gone back up to 11 cars, so that's pretty impressive.
Currently working 5 to go. Caution number 8.
And there's Chris Parkman, like you said, back to 5th. It's going to be a very interesting finish.
Oh, like I said, he's been biding his time these last few laps, so he's hoping that something drastic happens on this final restart, that he can actually make his way back up there to the top step of the podium, which he hasn't been up there too much this season. I think he's only got one win all season.
Yep.
And that's unusual for Parkman, because he got 7 wins last season, and now he's only got 1. That's just unusual for him. But with all the rule changes that we've been going through and everything else that's gone on, I mean, wins are very far and few between for all drivers this season. So
Mike Whitaker back to 8th. He's just got to be sick right now.
Yeah. Hopefully he can make up some positions when we go back green again. As the lights are off on the pace car, we will be 4 to go when we restart.
No, it will be 3 to go.
3 to go. That's the one. Green, white, checkered.
Sure.
He's going for the outside line again. I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Well, this way he can get a good arc going into 1. And, you know, let's face it, I'd rather have Mike Herter starting behind me than Jay Anderson. Because Jay's hungry.
Oh, very hungry. Actually, everyone in that top 6 is hungry. I don't think Tyler Graff has got a win yet in the IR05s, is he?
I think he does. Don't quote me on that.
Got Nate Dean blinking at the back of the field there. Pace car's off, and Bouchard hits it straight away. Ronnie Osborne follows him in 2nd place. Jay Anderson in 3rd place now. And Chris the Punisher Parkman making himself known on the inside there.
Yeah, I'm watching Chris Parkman right now, and as we know that, you know, he's never a person to be discounted.
Oh, definitely. But Chris Bouchard has got off to a monster of a start, and he's only got Ronnie Osborne behind him, just like the previous restart. With the rest of the guys just dropping back, and Ronnie Osborne the only guy with him right now.
And Parkman's feeling a little frustrated right now behind Jay Anderson.
Well,
Yeah.
that's only going to last for so long. And Jay's going to keep flirting with that apron, and it's going to bite him.
Ronnie Osborne looking to that outside, making sure it's all rubbing in properly. But Jay Anderson's going to come back at him now. Not sure going to the outside even this late in the race is going to be a good idea for Ronnie.
Parkman is just
backing off a bit now, Chris Parkman. But Jay Anderson now up to 2nd place. Can he find a way past Bouchard? Bouchard's going to make that car as wide as possible in this last lap.
And Osmer kind of figured what was about to happen, so he gave plenty of room.
Parkman is just pushing it.
Chris Bouchard is your winner here at Kansas Speedway.
And I think Parkman ended up, yep, Parkman got the podium.
He stole the that's Chris Bouchard taking the win here tonight. Jay Anderson 2nd, 69 thousandths of a second behind him. Chris Parkman nicking the podium off Ronnie Osmer, who, for all intents and purposes, was trying to make the outside line work. And joining us in the booth now is our race winner now, Chris Bouchard. It's Sam in the booth. Have you got me?
Yes, I do. Do you have me?
I have you indeed. Tough win out there tonight. I mean, how wide did you try and make that car on those last couple of laps there?
I knew if I just painted that bottom line that the outside wasn't going to work in these cars. So I figured if I could just stay on that bottom, I'll win.
How's it feel to finally get the monkey off your back?
Coming off of 4, I yelled, I'm finally not Chase Elliott. So, finally, man.
Wow, too soon.
Hey, Chris, it's Hoot here. You involved early. How'd you get your mental state back into, come back into it?
Well, that first lap wreck, I didn't know how I was going to make it back with so few cars in this race. There's not a lot of chances for cautions. And the one time I had the free pass, I got caught up in that wreck. So I had to wait one more yellow, and when I got caught up in that wreck, I didn't know if I was going to get back on the lap.
Well, Mike, Chris, congratulations for finally getting the monkey off your back in the 05 series. You've now punched your ticket into the Chasing Both series. Talk to us about your thoughts next week. I believe we are at Phoenix.
I'm looking forward to Phoenix. If it's anything like the old Phoenix, I'll be good.
Well, it's new Phoenix at night.
Yeah, I don't have that track yet either.
Yeah, closed dog leg. Good luck. So
Anyway,
Oh, don't worry, I'll adapt to it.
anyway, Chris, is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's win?
I gotta thank. I was working with Ronnie the last few restarts, so I gotta thank him for racing me clean and everything. Tony, you guys for broadcasting the race. I also gotta thank Sports Diesel, Lucas Oil Racing, TV, Ford Power Stroke, and the Race for Autism Foundation.
all right, Chris, congratulations. We'll let you get back up into the post-race drivers meeting, and we will see you back here Sunday in the 12s.
All right, going for a sweep.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, and where the hell is he? Come on.
User was moved to your channel.
And joining us now, Jay Anderson. One hell of a hard-fought podium there, Jay. You get caught up in some early melees, but rebounded for a second. You got to be happy with that. Being able to hang on like you did.
Yeah, I'm totally surprised. I never thought I'd finish up this high. It's probably the best finish I've had all year, but it was a good hard-fought race. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Well, it was fun to watch from up here, but it was also, from the looks of it, it was a decent points night for Team Booze Brothers in the team standings as well, with both you and Mike Erder both putting your cars in the top 10.
Yeah, I get a little disappointed Gary wasn't up there with us, but I guess he got caught up in Iraq and stuff, so he had some problems there, but it would have been nice to have Gary up with us.
Fair enough, but next week we're coming to, I believe, your home track at Phoenix.
Yeah, they're talking on the radio, kind of. What did you say now?
I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but next week we're going to be at your home track at Phoenix.
Oh, okay, that would be good. Yeah,
so
that would be a good race.
Talk to us about your feelings. Are you excited to be able to go to Phoenix at night? I believe it's the first time we're going to be going there at night in the regular season.
It's definitely going to be different at night, but yeah, I look forward to it, and that ought to be a lot of fun. And I'm sure Gary loves that track, so I'm sure he always does well there. So you can look to see Gary doing good next weekend.
Well, it's his home track as well, is it not?
Yeah, he actually lives a lot closer to it than I do, but yeah, he's generally pretty good at that track, so he's going to do well there.
Well, the trick's going to be, who can handle the closed dog leg the best.
Right, and then like you say, it's night, and we've never been there at night, so it's going to throw another curveball into it, but the basics should be the same. It'll probably be a little faster because of the cool weather and stuff, but it should be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, Jay, welcome back. Definitely making a statement that you are back, and congratulations on the podium.
Okay, thanks. I'd like to thank Mike Erder and Gary Bauer, my teammates, and thank you guys for televising it and doing what you do up there. So a lot of fun. Look forward to next week.
Well done, Jay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So there's Jay. Let's see
User
if we
was
can
moved out of your channel.
find.
He's not on TeamSpeak. I've already checked.
I see that now. Well done. Isn't that just kicking the nuts? Well,
I was going to suggest interviewing Ronnie, but he's disconnected as well. So.
well, I'm looking at the finishing order. The only driver with a clean race, Mike Erder. Hard Charger Award is going to go to Cody Eldred. Started 18th, finished 8th. So good on you, Code. We were 8 cautions for 33 laps, 13 lead changes.
All in all, a pretty good race, I think.
Terry was in the YouTube chat saying that he wasn't really that happy with the setup. Quote, "I'm not happy with it in a pack." Well, Terry, for what it's worth, it wasn't bad. Definitely was not bad. So
yeah, I mean, all the drivers that took the green tonight really managed to cope with it. So,
well, the way you said that too, all the drivers that took the green, as we saw what happened on the opening lap, yeah. But I digress. The competition committee is going to be busy tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be feeling better by Sunday's race when we're back here in the in the DW12s.
Yep, that should be a fun race. I mean, the DW12s here were fun as well last season, so Kansas is all round a good track for this league. I mean, we've had some fantastic races in the past. I mean, we just had one here tonight, so definitely looking forward to see what the DW12s can provide us with at the end of this week.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining me in the booth tonight. It was needed. It was definitely needed.
Absolutely enjoyed
if anybody got grossed out or offended by me not being up to snuff and getting sick, I do apologize, but life happens, and
we took over when it was necessary. So,
and I thank you for that. It was greatly appreciated. You have been watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, of course, is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. We will see you back here Sunday evening, provided I'm sober enough to find my own feet, because I turn 41 on Saturday and I don't plan on remembering most of the weekend.
That's a good way to celebrate.
Alcohol and I are going to have an affair.
A very sordid affair.
Yeah, I plan on waking up sometime Sunday or Monday with my liver looking at me going, "Dude, seriously? I'm sorry. Don't do that again. I don't know what I did to piss you off. Just don't do that again." But, we will see you back here Sunday. Broadcast scheduled to start at roughly 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time.
See you later.